Thank you. And thanks for the referral, Jackie. All right. So today, guess what our topic is today? I'm asking you because I forget the actual name of the topic. It's called Without a Leader.
No.
Sorry?
Customer experience planning, no?
No. It's Without a Leader. Without a leader.
Ivan?
Yes.
Is the topic what are the signs of early Alzheimer, or that's the one? I'm kidding.
Yuri, I love you, man. Honestly. Somebody mute him.
You have more of those coming though, Ivan. So
I know. Yes. So too busy to lead. Okay. So, well, let me just see here. Or yeah, before we do that, I'm supposed to go live on Facebook. I keep making notes for myself to do these things. Catherine, are you able to do it? Actually?
sorry.
No. Okay. No worries. I have it, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, you got it.
I have it. Okay. So I heard it said, I hear it said a lot, I am swamped. This week just flew by. I have too much to do and so little time. Oh man, I wish I could, but I'm so busy. Right. By the way, I'm probably the one who says that the most. A couple of weeks ago, I had a similar conversation with a friend. Running ragged were the actual words that he said. Okay. He needed to figure out how to get more done in a day. How many of us actually say that? How many of us feel like we got to get more done in a day? Right. Okay. How did this happen? Was he technically incompetent, or did he carelessly allow things to pile up, just being leisure, going out for wings too many times, and then one day realized how much needed to get done, right? So I asked, what about your team and your staff? And I said, how are they doing? Can you not offload some of these things to them? The rest of the conversation was complicated. It was a trek through the explanation, but at the end of the day, he said he was too busy to manage his team, too busy to take the time to explain to his staff what needed to get done. It was just faster for him to do it, right? Faster for him to do it. So he right now has become an employee in a company that has no leader, right? How many of us realize from time to time, because we're all small business people, that we actually are employees in our own company and that there's no leader, right? Think about the things that leaders do. So separate from being an employee, what do you think, Catherine? What does a leader do that employees don't do?
Plans for ahead.
Yeah.
Does all the big scheme planning.
That's right. Yeah. What else? Anybody?
I have a thought on that.
Yes.
Leaders lead. They're the fearless kind of front leading the charge. Like, we're going to show you the way. This is how you do this job the best way. This is how you get the best results. They should know these things.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what else?
Can I counter what Veronica said?
Sure.
Because I've seen a lot of quotes that said, I don't necessarily have to be the best at what we do, but I have to have the best people around me to do what we do, so that I should know what I want you to do, but you're the one who has to know how to do it.
Okay.
As a leader.
Okay. All right. Thinking about the difference between leaders and employees. What else? Anybody?
Leaders have the biggest vision. They see the biggest picture. So they can see the moving parts. They can take a step back. They can evaluate. They set the vision. And they also communicate the why, so that people are on track and all of the gears are going in the right places and the right speeds.
Jennifer, think about this. If you don't have someone who's seeing the big picture and the big vision and then communicating that to the employees, eventually it's going to go off the rails. right? Because people are so busy with their head down doing stuff, they just don't know where they are, right? There's no map, right? A leader also is always looking at the landscape. You know, what's your industry doing? Like, where is your industry going? Right? What is the service that you provide, is it doomed to become obsolete? Right? I always look at, remember who here took marketing in university? Anybody remember the first thing that you learned was the buggy whip industry, right? Remember there was the buggy whip industry. Well, they never saw the end coming. They thought that they were in the buggy whip business, but they weren't. They were in the transportation business. They didn't realize that, right? The buggy whip industry, they just looked at it very, very niched, right? Now buggy whips are only used in I don't know. I don't want to think about what whips are used for, so forget that. That's too broad. We're going to go down a rabbit hole. But the point is that, we need to have leaders that are very clear on where they're going. They're doing a lot of research, they're planning, strategizing, etc. Right? So if you're an employee of your own company and your head is always down and you are too busy to lead, then you run a lot of risks, right? All right. An employee. So what is okay, so how many of us right now can say that there are days, if not weeks, that we know that we're swamped and we feel a little overwhelmed? Of course, our coaches are all going, I'm taking down your names. Anyway, yeah, for sure, right? Second, what is the ongoing challenge or challenges that are the biggest that are bogging you down? What are the challenges that are bogging you down right now? Go ahead, Yuri.
Oh, well, excuse me. Well, the challenges are you have too many tasks, like you said. We have all too many tasks, and you prioritizing them on a hourly basis. Basically, if in my case, if somebody calls and says I want to see the property, guess what? Everything else kind of drops off, right? Now, to think about it, as a leader, I should hire a person that will show that property because that's a low income generating activity, just showing the property. And I would free up my time. Going back to the leadership, everybody, I think I can address the elephant in the room, that we're all could use an extra person that help us, right?
Right.
And the challenge with that, okay, I'm thinking to myself as well, whenever I'm going to grow up, I'm going to make a lot of money, like, $250,000 or $500,000 or something like that. And I can hire, 2 people or 3 people and I can pay them. That's never going to happen, because you need to, for lack of a better word, utilize other people's resources and grow with them.
Right.
That's probably all the people bottleneck where we afraid to pay someone. And yes, we, everybody's thinking, I got to pay $50,000, $60,000 a year, not realizing you only have to pay maybe $2,000 or $3,000, and that $3,000 is going to take off, and they're going to, ideally, they should make their own money to pay for themselves, right? That's to me a definition of leadership, a leader that see beyond that the bottleneck and take that extra step. You're taking the risk for sure, but that's what separates an employee and a leader. That's my
interesting. Okay. Anybody else?
Mine's finding somebody that I can trust. Like right now, I need a VA, right, to help out with a few things, but it's getting somebody that I'm comfortable with, because I still have to have that working relationship, and that I'm confident when I give the direction, it's going to get done the way I've requested.
And
so I don't
not,
end up doing more work.
And it's so funny, Catherine. You're not alone. There's so many people here that say that they need a VA. They need that extra help, right? So we need the VA. We need different people but how many of us want to spend that money? How many of us are bogged down, but we have this thing in our brains that says, I don't want to spend any money on anything. Right? Right?
That's the same bottleneck though, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking about, hiring a person is one thing, whether are they going to help? I've gone through, 4 VAs until I found one, the right one. And it's just, oh my God, like, you're not helping,
Right.
So,
But isn't that the way it is? I mean, how many people have gone through, 3 coaches or 3, web developers until they find the right one? How many, right? There's so many people out there that claim to do things that they just don't. But does that, because there are people out there in the marketplace that are incompetent, does that take away your need to actually find somebody to help you? Possibly not. Because really, your greatest strength as a leader is leadership, right? Is being able to lead and finding and offloading the things that are going to bog you down and take you away from the crucial role that you play in your organization as a leader. Right. And some of these people, like a VA or, and I'm not specifically trying to promote any one person here or anything else, but think about this. How many of us have a business and you need a lawyer to look after your contracts, to just even look at the contracts? How many people have actually had a lawyer look at your contracts? Okay. Yeah. You're in real estate, but most people don't. Right. And you know why? Because they think that lawsuits only happen to other people, right? And all of a sudden the lawsuit happens, and guess what happens? You're panicked and you're stressed. And now you are bogged down in a crisis that could have been avoided by doing something very inexpensive, right? So you find a lawyer. And by the way, how expensive are lawyers these days? Anybody know how much a lawyer costs these days? Not you, Chris.
Well, it really depends.
Actually, I'll comment on that, Ivan. It's actually very reasonable. There's this thing called Legal Shield, and you send them the contract, and they review it, and the lawyer reviews it.
You jumped in there. Okay. You promoted Chris for me. Thank you so much. That's great.
I have it, and I've used it. Let's put it that way.
Listen, I have it. I've used it.
Me
I'm
too.
telling
It
you.
really depends on the complexity of the deal or of what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
I've asked, like, if it's a simple, for the, I'll vouch, I guess, for the real estate transaction. Somebody says, oh, it's my lawyer charges $600. Be very careful about that, because that's just a standard flat fee, and then you add everything else. At the end of the day, you're still looking at $1,500. It doesn't matter which way you slice it. It's what I've seen, it's $1,200 to $2,000, depending on a transaction, for a simple will or something like that. Or we had a gift letter, like it was $150, something like that. So it's not, drastic. I know Chris can say, we can do it for much cheaper than that. Again, if this is, how many times you do a will, once, and then you update it every so on. So.
Okay, so let me jump in here too, because and the wills and everything else, those are very, very important. How many of us have actually found and used a VA that has actually saved you time? A virtual assistant. Nobody has found a VA that saved them time? Really? Okay, how about, you have, okay, all right. Go ahead, Jennifer.
I was one. That's where I started my online journey after I was a blogger, but I have hired them. I still have assistants that work with me on a client-by-client basis. And it was the easiest way to outsource without having to have an office and hire people and do like official things, and just working in contracts, and saves so much time.
Right. A VA, right? Having a VA. How many of us have hired and worked with a business coach or a personal coach and seen a benefit in streamlining where you're going? How many? Okay, so the coaches, right? So was it worth the cost? Okay, so I'm getting to a point here about leadership that's really important, right? Leaders, there's some people who just have a knee-jerk reaction. I'm not spending any money with anybody, right? I'm not spending any money. But that means that you got to do it, or you got to try and find people to do it for free. And you know how reliable that is, right? Right. So the point is that at some point as a leader, you have to figure out, where am I going to spend my money? I'm going to spend some money on hiring somebody full-time when I could hire a VA. I'm going to spend my time running around, taking something to get shipped off when I can hire an express and have them come to me. Am I going to, find a lawyer and sit down and pay $450 to $600 an hour? Or am I going to find somebody that I can just pick up the phone and call, that is a very inexpensive service? Am I going to do these things? This is where leadership really, this allows you to now allocate the different things to different people for a very low cost while you're doing your business. Eventually, you know what? You're going to be huge. I'm going to call up Stephanie Hutchins-White, and she's going to have, I'm going to, thank you for calling Stephanie Hutchins-White's Kingdom, for shipping, press 1, for sales, there's going to be a lot of people there. She can allocate it to her staff. But right now, while we're tiny, we need to think about very inexpensive ways of doing what we do. So let's think about the losses, right? If you were to look at the last 2 years, for those who've been in business for more than 2 years, think about the potential losses, where you are now compared to where you could have been if you were able to actually lead 90% of the time, as opposed to whatever it is right now, because we're so bogged down 60% of the time, we're only leading 40% of the time. Where would you be? I put together just, Ivan's 14 list, of course, because I love lists. So here we go. And yes, I got bogged down and I had to put this list together myself. All right. So first things first, in order to be effective leader, you have to, and to be able to get things done and accomplish things as a leader, you have to build your teams and your circles, right? I have a team here at the office, and some of the people in the team I pay a salary, and some people I don't, right? But I figured out ways to compensate everybody, right? The people that I pay a salary have a higher cost to me, right? And I think about my burn rate. Anybody know what burn rate means? Go ahead, Nathan.
Basically, well, it's the amount of money that you're burning until you see a profit from it. So how much, startups are a great example, right? Because they don't make money for the first 5 years. So how much money do they have that they're burning through that they can spend before they start seeing an ROI?
That's right. So therefore, I always think of myself being at the front of that train, just shoveling in money to push me forward. What's my burn rate, right? So what you want to make sure that it's cheaper for me to outsource things at a fraction of the cost, where it's pay per use, et cetera. It's much cheaper to do that than it is for me than to do it myself, because that's the greatest cost, right? That's the greatest inefficiency, when you, the leader, is doing, things that you shouldn't be doing as a leader, where you're doing admin work, where you could outsource it, where you're spinning in circles because you don't want to spend the money on a coach who really, what's a coach cost? A couple grand, right? Is it not cheaper to put you on course? Like, these are the things I'm thinking about, right? I don't even want to get into the technology side, where you can hire people that understand technology, that's going to give you the technology that you can, there's so many things. So the second one is to make a reasonable to-do list. Then plan your day the evening before. I say this all the time. For me, I find that when I plan my day the night before, and then I go to sleep, but first of all, by doing the planning, it takes a lot of things out of my head, right? Because I'm planning and I'm going, oh yeah, and this and that. Sometimes I make my plan, and then I have my evening tea or water, and then when I get into bed, I go, oh, you know what? I totally forgot, because my brain just thought of that one thing I forgot. Then I get up and I put that thing on my list, and then I can sleep like a baby. Next morning, and during the night, I think that my brain kind of filters through everything and just puts everything in its right little compartment. And I wake up in the morning, so, just know that this is going to be a good day. So definitely make your plans the night before, and then learn meditation. How many people meditate? Right? Can anybody speak to the importance of meditation and how it's been a blessing to you? Anybody? Okay, go ahead, Stephanie.
It completely grounds you for the day, and it clears anything that's going on, like all the chatter that's going on in your head, and just helps get your feet firmly on the ground for the day.
Okay, all right, Stephanie, I think you started to say something as well.
Yeah, meditation for me, because I teach meditation, and I teach a lot of the time to corporate individuals, and I can just see the stress drain out of them and the relaxation when they've been like go, go, go all day. The focus, the clarity that they get, and the stress relief is amazing. And for me, it is all three. Plus more. Is it a daily thing, Stephanie? Is it a daily thing, or is it just like you do it on Sunday and it carries you for the week? No, it's something that I think you should practice daily. Working your way up from, say, 10 minutes to however long you have. Even 5 minutes doing meditation and deep breathing will help you ground you, make you clearer, and give you more mindfulness, or create more mindfulness so that you can be on task.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Jackie.
For me, one of the things about it is that it takes you out of your head, like Stephanie said, with all the mental chatter, and back into your body. And I focus on coming into my heart. And when I do that, this is where you start to get insights and clarity on whatever it is that you're seeking, because you've shut down all of the outer stuff. And most of us have the answers we need within us. It's just a matter of finding a tool that enables you to access them.
Okay.
I was going to say, I just find it, I do it for bedtime to get the gerbils from stop running. And it just allows me to have a peaceful sleep. Maybe I am getting clarity, I'm just not aware of it, but it's that I wake up and I feel like I've had a good sleep. Where if I'm exhausted and I drop and I don't do any of that, I don't feel well rested, and I must have been all crunched up at nighttime. I'm kind of achy, that kind of so.
Okay. Well, okay. So here's a question for you. Now be honest. How many of us consider ourselves excellent multitaskers? It's a loaded question, right? Okay. So, I'll tell you something. I love to ask this in a room of people that aren't, seasoned like you folks. Because, how many of us were here when our VA Samantha did that multitasking exercise? No? Okay. So that was eye-opening, that multitasking is not something that actually is efficient. So therefore, my next point is focus on a goal, on one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time and get it done. Right? Now, granted, I know that in my day, when I'm focusing on something, I get interruptions, and that's fine, right? You get an interruption, you can deal with it in that moment, diarize it for whenever, and finish the task. It's really important. You actually get more done. I love watching. I don't see it that much anymore, but when you're looking on Indeed and they're saying, "Oh, you see these people that are posting things about, oh, I'm a good multitasker." I'm thinking, wow, that's fascinating. So in other words, I'm very distracted. Stop multitasking. Find a method of delegating and following up. Of course, group similar tasks together. That makes total sense. Identify your personal work pattern. I know for myself that my most efficient hours are from 8:30 in the morning until about 11:30 in the morning, and then from 11:30 at night till about 2 in the morning. That's when I'm the most efficient, right? So, but you need to identify when is the best time for you. Right. And then use those hours to focus. Figure out your 2 peak hours. Like right now, you should see me do morning coffee. If it was like 3 PM, it'd be more like this. Hey, everybody. Right. So my peak hours is right now. Walk or exercise. It's so common sense, isn't it? Isn't it common sense? How many of us get up and take a walk every day? Seriously.
First thing, 5:30 in the morning. First thing I do.
Okay, Superman. Good for you. Seriously, anybody else? How many people don't walk every day? Yeah, it's tough, eh? It's really tough. Well, do you know what? And Michael will tell you, and those that do walk will tell you that walking actually helps your brain. Something about oxygen, I guess, going in the head or something. It's
and
crazy.
The blood flow, right?
And the blood flow, right? So
just relaxing.
Take a walk. And by the way, every time that I've ever taken a walk since I've been here for now a year and a bit, right, Catherine? I think I've taken a walk 3 times around the block, but all 3 times I felt really good afterwards. I thought, wow, I did something amazing. It felt so nice. And there are people out there. Anyway.
It's so hard though with the sidewalks and the roads as nasty as they are.
That's true. Can I add one thing to the walking piece?
Yes.
My coach recently had me do like a needs assessment. So she had me go through the things that I need physically, that I need like for my soul, and that I need for my spirit. And outside in nature and walking was one that actually checked off from all 3 columns, because it was good for my physical body, it was good for my mental health, and it was good for my spirit, because just being outside, like letting things process, soaking in vitamin D, it ticked all 3 columns. So it's my go-to for like self-care and grounding and just all over general good for me.
And it hits the other box that I've got here, which is get sunlight, right? Get sunlight. Yeah, you could take the vitamin D pills, I guess. That's good, but definitely get sunlight.
Yeah, we can all use more sun in our lives.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Absolutely. If the sun sets you free, you're free indeed, right? I'm just kidding. That's a religious reference. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Yuri, go ahead.
Well, for me, it's actually I can multitask, because I can walk, I can walk my dog, and I can do door knocking at the same time. So there you go.
Wow.
You take your dog door knocking, Yuri?
What's that?
You take your dog door knocking?
It's the best thing ever. I have a cutest dog. You think I don't get attention?
Ivan, I think that brings up an interesting thing. Is there real circumstances where you can actually effectively multitask without actually even thinking about it, right?
Yeah, like walking, talking, and chewing gum. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. Yeah, you betcha. But it must have taken Yuri from the time that I said about multitasking until now to come up with that. Thank you, Yuri. I love you, man.
You know what? I think pets is another one, right? Is a stress release. Like you see the 2 coaches there, Jen and Jackie, always got their pets around them, right? With pictures and stuff, having that connection to something that just loves you for no reason other than being, right? I think that's a huge stress release as well.
For now, my kids are still in that category too.
What's that, Nathan?
I said for now, my kids are still in that category, loving me unconditionally.
Yeah. Okay, so accountability partners. Who here has an accountability partner? Fantastic. Lisa, tell me about it.
Well, I am I'm my world's biggest critic. So I'm going to be hardest on myself. However, sometimes or some week or some days are just not as good as others. And we need to be held accountable. And it's the easiest way to stay on top of not only our goals, but just everything in general. Just stay accountable for ourselves. Just makes us more successful.
Right. Do you feel pressure when you know you got to make that call to your accountability partner? Do you feel pressure?
100%.
Cool. And it pushes you forward, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that kind of stuff, though. Like that to me is a challenge. And
all right.
A challenge, let's go.
All right. Jackie, I know you have something to say on this.
On accountability?
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. So if I know I've made commitments, again, it's that I don't want to show up not having fulfilled the commitments. And even though the commitments are to myself, having that external person always helps me, because there's something about, in my world, not wanting to disappoint people or not wanting to turn up and have to say, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So it holds me to my word. The other thing that I find with my accountability partners is that when my mindset starts to go, because, you know, you can be a coach and have all the tools and I'm still human, and I have my off days, they will help to reframe what's going on or give you resources or, you know, try to set you up for success, right? By helping you see things from a different perspective, or even brainstorming the issue that you have come up against.
Fantastic. And, you know, I left the accountability partner part to the second last, because I really want for our members to let me know, right? Let me know. Just send me an email or whatever it is. If you're looking for an accountability partner, what I've done is I've actually put together a small little questionnaire just to find out, you know, who do you feel like you respond the best to? Is it somebody who's male? Is it somebody who's female? Somebody who's a morning person? Somebody who's, you know, have a small questionnaire, but let me know. And then I'll do a little, a match conversation with you folks to see that we have a good fit. And then we'd like to get those that are interested in. I've had so many people who called me and said, Ivan, I need an accountability partner. You be it. No. You know, I need an accountability partner too, but you know, I can't be one for everybody. So by all means, please reach out to me over the next week or so. I have a number of members that have already indicated they're looking for one, and I'd love to be able to connect you. All right. So the last point.
Yeah, Ivan.
Yes.
Can I ask Jackie a question? For the accountability partner, does it have to be, or is it better to be from your industry that knows your, you know, pain points and you know, just in the industry so they know what you're talking about, or it's better to have someone outside?
I don't know whether there's really a better. I think there's pros and cons to both. So like you said, my accountability partners are in my industry, right? They all have the same training as me with similar goals. So it's easy for us to pick up on things that may need to be worked on, etc. That being said, I do also think there's a benefit to working with people in different industries because they can provide a perspective that someone in your industry would not necessarily have or wouldn't be their go-to. So I think it's good to have a mix in that.
So would it make more sense to have two of them?
Or a group with different ones.
Stephanie?
I was just going to say, my accountability partner is actually in the UK. We're not in the same industry. We're in a different life stage. Like we're completely different. And she's a great accountability partner because she'll bring different things to the table, and we'll steer each other a different direction. Not steer each other, but we'll stand up and say, hey, you know, I think you're getting distracted, and you need to stop and refocus. So we're really good at being a sounding board for each other, and I think it was Lisa that was saying, and being that support system at the same time. Like when your mindset is, and Jackie was saying this too, when your mindset's slipping a little bit, they're your biggest cheerleader for you as well.
I was going to say, that's what you want. You want somebody who's going to be your cheerleader, but you also want somebody who's not going to be afraid to call you on your crap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you start
100%.
making the excuses and everything else, it's not helpful for someone to go, oh, I understand. And we'll let you get away with that for a couple more days. Right. And if that's who you're working with, that's not going to move you forward.
I guess I was looking for accountability partner, mentor, brainstorming buddy in the same bottle, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yes, and that's what you want. And mastermind groups will help with that.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I think there's a good point too. If you have an accountability partner, they can help you get to those things that may be blocking you or preventing you from taking those steps to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So when you find those blocks, to moving forward, you can clear them up, or you can focus on working on those so that you can make those actions or take those actions to move yourself forward.
Okay, listen, with that said, folks, great conversation. Accountability partners. We can actually continue this if you wish in the lounge. And if you happen to have your microphone on, if you can just mute it, because I'm getting some chatter here. Not sure where it's coming from. Mute. Oh, it was Maggie. Okay, so I want to go around the room real quick because we do have a bunch of new members. I'm so excited when we have new members. So first, I'm going to pick on our new members first to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about themselves. So go ahead, Chris, you're up first. And you're on mute.
There it goes. That's the story of today. That's an interesting computer issues. That's why I was late getting on. I'm Chris Morris from Guelph, Ontario, and I am an independent associate with Legal Shield. And Legal Shield provides affordable access to the legal system and identity theft protection, both of which are extremely necessary in our current situation. That's me.
Fantastic. And welcome, Chris. Everybody harass Chris because he's great. And if you don't have a will done, call Chris and get set up on Legal Shield, because the first thing that I did when I signed up was I got my wills done for both myself and Teresa. So, okay. Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa. I'm really excited to be here. Let's start off with that, being an unofficial member. I am a local franchise owner of N Express. We are a company that specializes in shipping solutions for small to medium-sized businesses. The global reach of our company and strong carrier partnerships allows us to provide you with tremendous savings. Our proprietary software gives you multiple carrier options ranging from small parcel to freight, air, ocean, you name it, we move it. We combine all your shipping needs into one invoice. And aside from simplifying your shipping processes, our services never require any volume requirements, nor do we have any sign up or membership fees. So completely no obligation. And finally, you get me. So you get that added touch where you're not dialing a 1-800 number or sending an email and waiting on a queue. You're going to call my cell phone directly. And I am going to be helping you with all of your shipping. That's me.
Fantastic. Yep. Pickup and delivery. Fantastic. Exciting. Okay. Stephanie, you're in. Oh, Stephanie Farrell. Yeah, you're on. And you're on mute. Oh, you're on mute. Oh, yeah.
Hi. So I'm a coach and wellness expert. So what I do basically is help women with emotional eating and help them live a life of freedom around food using various techniques. So energy work, coaching, certified intuitive eating counseling, and yoga. So I also do corporate and private yoga for individuals and for corporations. And I'm also studying nutrition. So I have lots of things in my go.
I love it. Okay, that sounds great. Listen, and while you're thinking about this, members, think about people that you can refer. I know that you're all wanting to sign up for shipping and everyone's going to get Legal Shield and everything else, right? But think about other people as well who require these services and who you can refer. All right. So just think about that. Okay. I'm going to pick on Nathan.
Cool. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathan Best. I am a financial advisor in Ancaster, Ontario. I think I've introduced myself to most people in this group, but for those that haven't, I help people with their financial goals. So I sort of think of myself as a personal trainer, but for your money. Personal trainers help you, get fit and figure out your diet. But as far as your specific goals go, that's where specialists like me and personal trainers really come in handy. So if you want to, get a 6-pack, run a marathon, all those types of things, a specific plan that you put in place, I do the same thing, but for your money. So if you have a specific retirement plan that you have that you want to see executed upon, somebody like me would come in place and try to put that plan together for you. I work with all sorts of different types of products and services. So if you ever have any questions or know anybody who's interested in that kind of thing, have them give me a call.
Well, you know what? It's funny because Nathan is also one of our newest members, and we finally have somebody in finance. So guess what? Nathan has agreed to do a presentation, right? Do you want to talk about that presentation, Nathan?
Sure. So it's on, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's the 17th of February. We're going to be talking about just sort of high level planning of investments. So, I don't want to get into a lot of the technical stuff because or specific investment stocks, ETFs, that kind of thing, because that's not always relevant to everybody. But what I was wanting to do for this first session is just get into a very high level conversation around, what is asset allocation, or what does it mean to start looking at, your investment strategy sort of thing. So it's going to be very high level. We're going to have a very open conversation around it. And I look forward to having lots of people join the discussion.
Exciting. Well, I'll be there. I've got a lot of questions for you, man. Okay. So who else do we have that's new-ish? Okay. Peter.
Sure. So what I do is mostly I'm working with business owners who have had a website for a while now. I work on a WordPress platform, which is pretty much the most popular one for new businesses. But what often happens is that people will create their own website. It's pretty easy these days, but at some point they're going to run into some issue or some ambition that they can't execute themselves. So at that point, they're looking for a professional to do that task for them. So I hope people fix their problems or realize their ambitions for upgrading their site to new capability. So that's what I mostly do.
Fantastic. And Peter understands actually the technology, as opposed to somebody who puts a templated site together for you and doesn't understand what's going on. Peter actually gets it. All right.
If you're afraid to push update on your WordPress plugins, have somebody to call. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can I just add one more thing? Sorry, Nathan. Just so you don't show up late, you're on the 15th, okay?
Thank you for clarifying that for me, because I knew I would go to it 2 days.
9:30. That's okay. I couldn't remember either.
It was a good guess.
You know what? This is why I have a calendar, because if I had to remember every single date and every single meeting and every single appointment I had, there's no way I'd be able to keep it all straight in my head. So unfortunately, I didn't have it in front of my face when Ivan called on me. So I had to kind of, okay, I know
that Ivan and I do that back and forth. Ivan, can you tell me what day that is? Yeah.
So, and my go-to date, Nathan, is the 17th. Whenever Catherine says, Ivan, what date is that? 17th. Anyway, all right, let's see. Jennifer.
It's because I was looking down, wasn't it?
Yes, that's exactly why. I was looking for somebody who was actually eating. I would have picked on them first, but no. Okay, go ahead.
My name's Jennifer Jane. I'm located in Kitchener, and I am the city leader for KW, or the Tri-Cities. And I am a brand growth strategist. So I help entrepreneurs get really specific and intentional with mapping out the impact they want to create and their values, and how to streamline their processes and get from point A to point B in a way that actually feels good. So we're not just checking boxes. We're not just throwing cookie cutter solutions at things. We're actually crafting plans, goals, and strategies that allow you to grow and do the things you want to do and feel good about it all the time, instead of just checking things off of the list and being like, well, I did the thing. So that's what
Awesome. Maggie.
There we go. Well, I am, as most of you probably know, I'm a freelance writer, beyond content, but not everyone wants to do their own content. So that's where I can help. I can do social media posts, blog posts, full articles, newsletter, or website. Travel writing, now that's my real specialty and something I am very much looking forward to getting back to, but I can write for pretty much any industry. I've also, I also got a couple scripts on the go, a novel, and I'm looking at branching out into some fashion design as well. So
awesome.
Basically me in a nutshell. Well, there's more things, but I
get it. We'll find out during the lounge. And by the way, folks, talking about the offloading for leadership and stuff, if you're not a good writer, or if it takes you forever to finish a blog article, this is where you can offload to someone like Maggie. All right. So I'm going to pick on Stephanie because I haven't seen you in a bit. So it's nice to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm Stephanie. I'm a holistic nutrition coach and a wellness stylist. I work with women, primarily 40 plus, and I help them take their 40 plus symptoms flip them on their head and use that as their superpower so they can, start to sleep again, feel good in their clothes, have a sharp brain, just calm down that nervous system that we were talking about with meditation. So I do that. And I call myself a wellness stylist because it's important to realize that all those things that we hear about that we can do, like meditation and walking in nature, they may not fit into everybody's style. They may not fit into everyone's life. And I try to craft things that actually fit people's real worlds, real lives.
Yeah, terrific. And if you are even curious, right, our members are probably the coolest folks to talk to. So if you're a new member and you are curious about something that any of the members have said because you just don't fully understand what it is, call them. They'd love to hear from you. Have a Zoom coffee call and just chat about it, because it's quite exciting, the collection of different businesses that we have. All right, Yuri, because you look like you're looking down, you're next.
I'm multitasking.
Of course.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yuri Nesbitt. I'm with eXp Realty and Real Mortgage Associates. That's my real title. What I do is basically real estate transactions, investing. If you're looking to convert your single home to a secondary dwelling to get more income, or you're thinking of investing otherwise, just buying a pre-construction condo or something like that, just because you only have $50,000 and you think you're going to qualify for a mortgage, 3 years down the road, I can help you with that. If you're thinking of buying but don't want to get into bidding wars, I can help you with that. We have assignment sales that they're off the market deals, and you don't get that bidding war, so you just buy and you pay what you see, kind of thing. So if anything of that resonates with you, please give me a call. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Yuri. Sheila.
Making my notes. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sheila. I'm a shopping annuity advisor. Just think of all the money that you spent in the last week, in the last month, in the last quarter, in the last year. How about in the last 10 years? Have you ever actually been able to make an income from it, or at least do it so that you can actually be very mindful of what you're spending and actually gain back from it in some way, shape, or form? That's what I do. I help people and families get ahead with the way that they can purchase. And also, if they wish to, they can develop an income from this amazing concept. If you are also, I guess my ask for the day is, if you happen to know somebody who's actually struggling with a couple of regular debts, mortgages, car loans, etc., please give me a call, because my actual sort of real passion is to get people out of debt in record time. Thanks.
Fantastic.
Great, Ivan. I just saw the time. I'm just going to interrupt and say, Rick and Monica, I'm just going to ask you to come in another room with me, okay? I'm going to take you, so you don't have to.
That's awesome.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And let's see. Thomas.
Morning, everybody. Thomas from Greater Southwestern Group. I guess we're the geek group too. We take care of your technology. We provide IT solutions for small, medium-sized businesses, security for home and small businesses, and business phone systems. Yeah, that's pretty much us in a nutshell. Ivan, you were mentioning about the evolution of businesses and services and everything, and IT shifted a lot. A lot of people would normally have their IT guy who they call them every time something broke, but especially in the business world, that really doesn't cut it anymore. I mean, with the increase in cybersecurity issues and the uptime, the fact that nobody can really nobody can afford to be disconnected for a long period of time. It's the evolution has gone from break fix to managed services, and that's where we come in. We can be the IT help desk for a small, medium-sized business. Large companies are always toting their IT staff, and businesses are always envious. Well, be the envy of the small business, your competition, and tote that you have your own IT department too. So, yeah.
You know what else? I'm shocked, Thomas, that years ago when cloud computing came out, I thought, it's a fad. it'll never catch on. But now today with security and the fact that we're all shooting video and taking pictures, and we have all these large files that a 2 terabyte drive after about 4 to 5 years is full, and then what do? You're going to keep buying more storage, So this is where I think that the services that you provide now today very, very important. But as time goes on, it's just going to continue to become more and more important to have a cloud backup of some sort.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that. I had a customer of mine, we had a conversation, and he's actually said it too. He goes, your services become more valuable every day a customer or a business owner turns off and turns on their computer. Because there's more data on it, there's more information on it, they have more business to conduct. So every day that closes and every new day that starts for their business, your services become more and more valuable for them. So that's something I mean, it's been hard for me to try and build a sales pitch on that kind of thing, but in conversation I do bring it up because it's a fact that kind of helps put in perspective on the value of our services. So
yeah, for sure. Michael, you're up.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Michael.
My name is Michael Palme, and I help people build and protect their wealth. Life insurance, critical insurance, disability insurance to protect your income and your wealth. Investments to help you build your wealth. Currently, right now, it's RSP season. So if you haven't reviewed your RSP in the past, or maybe you don't have one, let's get together and put together a plan so that you can have that happy retirement one day and do all those nice things that you want to do. So doing the walk is going to be the fun part of your day. So anyways, let's get together, see where your goals are and what we can do to achieve your goals. Michael Palme, Nelson Mellon Associates in beautiful Dundas, Ontario.
Wonderful. Catherine.
Hi, everybody. Catherine Davies. I am the city leader for Stony Creek, which is really the right hand of Hamilton. And my other business is Life's Emergency Training. We are on-site and blended training, first aid, CPR, and AED training. We help industrial, commercial clients be professional and stay WSIB compliant.
Right, absolutely. And folks, Catherine Davies, if she had one type of business to target, if anybody knows someone who has what type of businesses are you mainly targeting, Catherine?
Anybody who's got industrial commercial is my ideal client. And so I'd like to talk to their health and safety person, whether it's that or like it's the HR that does WSIB as a specialty, whoever does their training, and we could just have a discussion and see if there's something I can help them with.
Wonderful. Hey, Teresa, you there?
Sorry, Ivan, can I say
something?
Of
course. Yeah.
Catherine, have you ever thought of joining West End Home Builders Association?
I am Hamilton Halton. I've not done West End.
Okay. I mean, we have the local one, Robert Molinaro from Molinaro Group. It's a big builder, right? The president. So I think it would be a good fit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Teresa, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
All right, go ahead.
My name is Teresa. I'm a partner and owner of my agency. We are a marketing company, and we do everything from website, social media, SEO, design, and just plain marketing. So if you have any needs for those, please let us know.
Awesome. Okay, and Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie. This is Jimmy. He's my assistant.
Awesome.
What a VA.
For those of you who haven't met him before, I am a mindset coach and transformational trainer. My goal is to get easy, quick, and effective tools into people's hands to help manage their mindset and move them towards success. If you're interested in up-leveling your leadership skills, I run a course on that as well, and I would love to chat. So that's me. Oh, and I have a plug for Sheila. If you order from Staples, you must chat with Sheila because she will help you get money back on all your Staples orders. It happened to me. I was shocked. I went, oh, it worked. So That's my plug for Sheila today. If you buy office supplies from there, if you get printing done from there, literally have a chat with her. She'll set you up so you can get 2% back on anything that you purchase.
I love testimonials. So yes. So folks, listen, that's awesome. Thank you everyone for being here today, Monday morning.
Ivan, can I say something before everybody goes?
Of course you can. Yeah.
I'm thinking Michael and Thomas have something that the rest of us should have. Their company showing, whether it be in a background or in their title. I just talked to a wonderful customer who's been really, or member who's been really busy and only shown up once or twice because all we saw was his ceiling.
Right.
I just said, somebody invites you? He says, no, I'm a member. What's your last name? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And he's a candle guy. Like,
oh, he was here. Fantastic.
Him. I know. I said to him, Rick, I'm so sorry. I bet you Ivan didn't even recognize who you were if he would have had you speak. So when we come on next time, let's see if we can put Maggie, creative writer,
right?
Copywriter, like however you want to do it, right? Jackie, mindset coach.
Yeah.
You know? However, so that we can help people as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, since we did get Walkerville Candles to show up, I want you guys to know that Walkerville Candles, they put together some of the coolest scents of candles. Okay, and they deliver. So just you go onto their site at Walkerville Candles and you order up your candles and they'll deliver it. But they don't just sell candles. Go through their store. They sell everything. He did a presentation for us last year, and he does a great job. So Valentine's Day is coming up, and you know, it's Valentine's Day. So, put your order in for candles because that's Walkerville Candles from Windsor. Right, Thomas? Do you know him?
Yes. Yeah, actually, I do know Rick. He's in a few other networking groups of mine here locally as well. So absolutely. He's got some unique marketing for the scents of his candles. Yes, definitely. There are some adult themes behind some of them.
He's got some adult themes, yes. Don't get offended.
If you've got that humor, it's there for you to take advantage of. But no, he's also got a store that he actually sells more than just the candles. It's almost like it's called the company's now called Walkerville Candles Merchandise. So it's more like a general store with other retail aspects of it. There's food products, candles, there's other stuff. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he also sometimes showcases other local businesses in the store locally. I don't think it's on his website, but I think he does that on a local presence. So
excellent.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, listen, I just want to remind everybody about those events coming up this week. Catherine, I think they found us.
Sirens in the background.
Of course, we have our discussion lounge this afternoon, right now. Then tomorrow we have our event with Jennifer and Jackie. That is the mindset and motivation. That's happening tomorrow. Then on Wednesday morning, of course, real estate investing with Yuri. Yuri, it's always interesting, even though he thinks it's dry. I find it fascinating. Last week, I think it was last week, we had the discussion about investing overseas in the Dominican Republic, buying property overseas. Come on, that you can buy a nice place where it's hot for like $200,000. It's amazing. Okay. Then, of course, Thomas is going to be on Tech Talk on Thursday morning. And of course, I just want everybody to remember that we have on the 23rd, our Hamilton. Listen, it's worth the drive to Hamilton. I don't care where you are.
Yeah.
Thomas, yeah. It's worth the drive to come up to our networking event because it is going to be fantastic. And we're hoping that it'll be live, that we don't get another shutdown on the 20th. You know what I mean? So
come for the donuts, if nothing else.
Come for the donuts, man. Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Jackie and Jennifer are at 12:30, right?
At 12:30 tomorrow. That's right. Yeah, you betcha. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to stop recording and then we'll jump right into the lounge.